But to get things a little bit further, and I'm not going to talk too much about the initial breakup, but as I remember it, it happened partially because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Richard started and Henry quitted before you did.
Yes.
Yeah, he was still among us.
Because I believe Richard auditioned for the drums.
Yeah, I remember that too. And I remember you actually wrote, I think it was Via Dolorosa.
Yeah.
And we rehearsed it, and that around that time somewhere I quit as well.
But a little bit later, and I believe then we picked, and then then Jonas joined, because when you quit, Rickard told us, but we have I know a bass player.
Yeah.
But we had a gig in '97 in Jönköping, I think. What was it with the old lineup?
Yes.
Or was it like semi?
No, I believe it was. So. It was all the old lineup. Then we also had maybe
the last gig.
I believe the final gig was the one in Borgholm.
Oh, in the summer.
Yeah.
No, it can't have been. Jönköping was like in autumn or winter, and it was '97.
Yes, it must have been that.
So,
and that was the gig with, I think, both Crimson Moonlight and Sanctifica, right?
Yeah.
In some.
Probably.
I don't remember what it was called.
Must have been in the summer, and then we had the last gig was in like the winter time or autumn with in Koffum. So that was the last.
The Jönköping gig can also be in the early spring.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It just seems for me it seems like such a short time. If we started like in October,
it was a really short time.
It was super short, but it must have been more than a year, I think.
No.
We started in October, and we recorded the demo in '97, and it must have been like winter or spring, because we released it on summer on Backfesten.
Yeah.
Backfesten, yeah.
Yes, and that's
right. Right, that's the one.
Yeah, and then we had the gig in Borgholm and whatnot. So I think that Koffum must have been after that.
Yeah.
Or it was before, like you said in the. But that, oh man.
No, probably after that.
It was in the cold season.
Yeah.
Either before or after, but it couldn't been so much before, because we just started before. we started in the winter '96.
Yeah.
And ended in '97 sometime.
Maybe late '97, because I remember Magnus he quit, I believe, at the same time as everyone else.
Yeah, it was like when you quit, he wasn't, willing to fight for it, like,
Yeah.
Or looking for new members, and it was like he had a lot of stuff to do with his house.
But
yeah, he was the grown up among us.
Yeah, exactly.
So he was like 27.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
And you were.
I was 16 when we started.
Okay.
Rickard was 14, I believe.
Yeah. And Henke was 15 when you started, because
Yes.
And we were what were we, 18 plus? You were 20 maybe, Matthias?
I don't remember, but yes. Around there.
Yeah, a bit older. Do you have any idea how many gigs we did? Like
I was thinking about that, but maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, it wasn't more.
We had I think we had 2 around Oskarshamn.
Yeah.
We played in Oskarshamn, yes.
Yeah.
And we had a bunch. We had like semi gigs in the Pentecostal church. We're allowed to play like one song.
Yes.
And then they had other stuff, and then we were allowed to play one song more, and it was not a good way to do it. And then we had Backfest, and that was I think that was the great one for us, that lineup.
But we played
boys,
2 years at Backfesten, but one with the original lineup and one with the new one.
Oh.
And it's connected because Jonas was watching us on the first Backfesten, and he was like, I want to be in that band.
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, that's funny.
So that
poor guy.
That was the thing that got his attention back in '97.
That was good then.
Yeah.
It filled a purpose.
I think it was a good gig. By the measurements we had then, I think it was a great gig.
Thank God we cannot hear it today.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a blessing.
Some things are just better off in memory.
Yeah.
Like old movies and old
first
records.
gigs and first gigs,
Yeah.
I mean, Matthias and I have kind of the same memory, but maybe that's because we told each other this story over and over again. We'll never know.
Maybe.
Who's right or wrong.
You planted memories into each other, maybe.
How are your views on music today? And do you still write music, produce music? I know a little, of course, but maybe you can tell people and what genres you work in and so on.
Yeah, sure. I can just like a quick summary from when I left. You guys.
Do this.
I was,
people want to hear.
Yeah, it might be fun, but I have always. I mean, since then, Pantoktrator was the first musical band experience, and I mean, it grew on me just being in a band. So that was, I mean, me and Henrik, we started a band afterwards.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I don't remember how I was thinking, but I know we wanted to play punk rock, so we did. It was quite a big step off from whatever we were doing, like metal stuff.
It was the same energy, but different.
a lot of energy, and I don't know. I kind of tagged along with Henrik, I think, and we just wrote music. And, so I got stuck in that genre for quite some time.
You played with Andreas Welander.
Yes, Andreas, and also with Olof. We had a
I remember.
That was after punk rock, so then we started kind of a emo pop band or whatever. It was popular in Sweden back then. That kind of genre.
With Danny, yes.
Yes, with Danny.
But with Danny also had the dark project.
You mentioned before. I don't remember it as being as dark.
It was.
Yeah. I know I wanted to make like the worst. I mean, the worst best doom music ever made.
And that's dark. Doom is dark.
Yeah, it's
normal people.
Yeah, and that's still. I mean, because we've talked a bit about it. It's still in my mind somewhere. I still have musical ideas, and I did a couple of things. I recorded some stuff like 3 years ago. Yeah, it's dark.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
But it's. I mean, I'm trying to incorporate a bit of hope and love and those things.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think it's hard to do.
No.
But I think it's important to present some light in all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, it's like when you started to go into the happy music.
Yeah.
At the same time, your shadow was growing.
Yeah, maybe like that. Yeah.
Because your doom stuff was darker than what we did.
I think I still have that side to me in some ways. When I'm stressed or whatever, I put on some aggressive music, and that's like I find some peace and calm in it. But I don't write that kind of music. I just listen to it.
But it's some kind of cleansing, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
But I'm also thinking, because you also produced or you have written maybe some pop music too, I believe.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Together with my neighbor and good friend Olaf.
Yes, we did. And also with another friend who I also were in the band with, called Jakob.
Yes, Jakob.
We recorded quite a bit of songs. We haven't released them all, but we recorded a lot and we wrote a lot. And that was, well, like EDM, pop music, very, very melodical. And I have some kind of, I want to write more like R&B soul music.
Yes.
Because I like it. I just, it's difficult to find singers for it. That's the issue, I think.
Yeah, about soul and R&B is really hard to find a good vocalist. And if the vocalist is not good, then it doesn't matter.
No,
it's all about the vocals.
Yeah, it is. It's like mostly a beat supporting vocals.
Yeah, it's nothing for you, Carl.
No, it's like you couldn't come to people like me.
Maybe that's a new genre. Death soul.
R&B with the growl vocals.
Yeah, maybe. Can you? I mean, P3, they play all kinds of stuff.
It's different. I acknowledge that.
Yeah. So can I ask you a question, Tobias? The Holy Matrimony, the Doom project demo, that was never released, right?
Never released, no.
Because people still ask me about that one.
And that's a good thing.
Do you have the Holy Matrimony demo? And no, it was never released. Because I think it's somewhere on or Metallum archive. What's the name of it?
Encyclopedia Metallum.
Yeah. Somewhere there you can read about that demo.
I know. I don't know how we managed that.
Rumors.
But just I mean, it's still here. It is a work in progress for 20 years now.
25, 24.
Yeah,
it's your Chinese democracy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm working on it's hard to describe how I think about it when it's in my head. But it needs to be very, very special for me to ever release it. So it's a probably a gigantic project, and it takes time. Just to mystify it a bit more.
I believe about the Doom genre, I don't listen much because it's a very narrow genre, and to be good at it, you really need to develop it. Maybe I make people upset now, but since it's so narrow, you really need to work on it a lot to make it interesting. But
I agree. It has so much potential, but I mean, most of the Doom out there is crap, according to me. It's just sorry people, but I have to agree. But it shouldn't have to be like this. But there are good bands. Yeah, there are good bands.
I don't remember the names now, but there are a few really good bands. But
and when I think about Doom, it's still somewhere closely related to Candlemass, and also I mean Paramecium has always been a favorite.
I would say Candlemass is a good band, though. Don't misunderstand me.
No. Now we're talking good bands. But
the first Paramecium release is also good. It's a good release.
Yeah, it is.
Exhumed of the Earth, never yet so.
It's good. It's still I mean, for being that old, it's still a good mix, and I mean, it packs a punch, and still being, a bit fat, if that drives it.
It's extremely minimalistic, and writing such minimalistic music and making it interesting is really hard. And I believe that's the challenge of Doom metal, because it's minimalistic and
And what I would like to do is, I mean, with Holy Matrimony, that would be taking it to some kind of atmospheric layer of Doom, like a massive sound image.
maybe mixing it with some kind of ambient
Yeah,
stuff
probably
would be
yes.
interesting. Many bands already have done that, but
Yeah. But I was, like I said, 3 years ago, I was experimenting with the kind of not sure what to call it, just the elements of what I would like in it. And I think I have a path to follow at least.
Yeah, it's
So we'll
interesting.
So
see.
in another 20 years.
Maybe retired and working on doom music.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right now I'm not very active musically. I needed a break. You have to, I mean, work on music should be, it should come from emotions or like inspiration.
Yeah.